So, what do you think about living here? Like, knowing the risk and everything in California, what would you advise friends and loved ones?
Well, I mean, look, it's why I created the company. It's the most insane situation I think we could ever imagine. Everyone's still sitting around while a house is on fire, pointing, going like, "Who started it?" When all we need to do is put out the fire. And that's, I think, the thing. Like, what really like kicked me in the ass. And it's funny. Everyone's at fault. No one's at fault. Every government official's at fault, and at the same time, every homeowner's at fault, and at the same time, every insurance company and every insured. Like everyone's at fault for the situation we're in. And
We're all working real hard to screw it up.
yeah, and at the end of the day, we used to have, I use the example to our carriers we work with of like, guys, like, what do you think the price for terrorism would be after 9/11 if the response afterwards had been, oh shit, that was really bad. Okay, no, they went like, okay, we're going to spend $100 billion reinventing air infrastructure and creating TSA, and we just have somehow like kind of lost that factor. And so, lo and behold, who would have ever guessed that insurance actually could play probably one of the most important pieces of that? Of going, okay, we have got to do significant fuel reduction to decrease it, do significant hardening on all properties that are WUI exposed. And we've got to find billions of dollars to do it. And just magically, like, who ends up losing the most money when these events happen? Insurance companies. And so, yeah, that's why I think, yeah, every time I tell the idea to someone or bring up the company, I mean, we're blessed. It's been growing like a rocket ship. But every single time I bring up something, they're like, yeah, it's no duh. Like, of course, you should get a discount on your insurance for doing mitigation. And that's how, like, everyone wins in that scenario. If I go to an HOA was paying 250 grand, 3 years ago. Now they pay 1.2 million. I can talk to the carrier, and the carrier goes like, we raised it to 1.2 million because we have no idea how to price for the wildfire or anything else there. And we put together a 40 to 50 page risk report, do a full site assessment, and look at it and go, look, if we took 400 grand off the premium here, brought it down to 800,000, let's call it, and we took 250, $300,000 that premium, work with our partners at BurnBot to do a massive fuel reduction project with some semi-autonomous robots and put new siding, closed easements, closed underdecking and stuff like that. We can lower the risk 40%. Everyone wins. Like, insurance company, you're going to start making a lot more money. Person's insanely happy because we're going to start bringing their premium down significantly. And we actually can start to rebuild the infrastructure that's been failing here.
That's so awesome, dude. I love it.
Actually, making things happen.
Yeah. So in that case, who pays for this?
So it is literally that simple in it, where we have about 15 carriers we work with now, or it keeps increasing. Average discount right now to date, and we got licensed and opened in April. Average discount's about 35%, and did 2.5 million of premium last month. And the way it works is literally just like I told you. We go to an HOA. That HOA has had a 1,000x increase, or we go to a winery and they've had a 800% increase. We talk to our carriers or their current carrier. We go, look, have a very strong track record in writing wildfire and understanding it, how it works. There is a significant way to reduce this risk. If we take that money out of the premium and use it to do mitigation, everyone wins. And so, like, it's literally, it's money that's just going to a balance sheet, and that balance sheet's just sending it into a giant, like, flaming pit when a loss happens. And so we're just redirect. I like to say that's our market share, is the $230 billion we just lit on fire, in January.
Love it.
That's cool. Yeah, because they're safer. I mean, everybody's safer. You're getting a percentage of what they would be just paying the premiums anyways. So it's like, really is a win-win.
It is.
It's not 100% the cash either. It's like actually helping and saving people and their property.
It is. And like, look, it's the single most important trait I'd view as like human civilization is like our ability to adapt. And we've kind of just like lost that after a while. And it happens to all civilizations as they get more complex and big and intricacies on how things are executed. But, the original like kind of vision here was SpaceX, crazy enough. But if you look at like what happened with SpaceX, you had NASA, one of the greatest parts of our government, that started to like atrophy and become over bloated with like the amount of bureaucracy and work and complexity. You had a private industry step in and go, okay, we want to try and do this better and be incentivized towards it. And they don't replace the government entity. What they end up doing is becoming like the best partner on earth to it, and actually advancing it far faster than it was. And that is exactly, again, what the hell do I know? But that is kind of my big theory on the earth. If you look around, I always have entrepreneurs going like, oh, what startup should I do? Should I do an AI startup? Should I do, the next chatbot? And it's like, no, like, go look out your window right now. Like, go look at the road. The roads that you're driving on are using the same pavement for the past 50 years. No one's looked at any machine learning model on how to like increase durability of, or I don't know what they have, of like, asphalt, and like look at power lines, like stuff like that. All of our infrastructure right now, we've just kind of taken for granted because we've built a lot in a very short amount of time, and we're very proud of what we built. But it's all very fragile when you look at like the giant spectrum of what can happen on the earth and how dangerous nature can be. And so there's just a wealth of value to like bring out there if you're kind of looking at the world in a very, very realistic manner, that everything's breakable, everything fails, entropy is infinite. And so where can I like kind of focus in that? And I think insurance, I'm not just doing that because I've spent my whole life in it and we're on the best insurance podcast in the world, but
yeah, buddy.
In the world.
It happens to be. But yeah,
technically in the world.
Yeah, we can. It is one of the most important pieces that we can use to actually probably fix this entire infrastructure, because I don't think anyone else is.